This podcast is brought to you by Hoare Chartered Accountants. Hoare Chartered Accountants are based in Galway City and are a leading provider of audit, accountancy and taxation services. For more information, visit hoarecharteredaccountants.ie.
So Ollie, celebrations tonight?
Oh, for the week, not just tonight now, I think for the week, and then a nice holiday as well on top of it.
Well, I hope the Galway County Board treat you to a massive holiday because you deserve it. Well done, Ollie, Rabbitte, and huge congratulations to you and all the team. So Ollie, celebrations tonight?
Oh, for the week, not just tonight now, I think for the week, and then a nice holiday as well on top of it.
Well, I hope the Galway County Board treat you to a massive holiday because you deserve it. Well done, Ollie, Rabbitte, and huge congratulations to you and all the team.
Mairead, Dillon, you're welcome to the Maroon and White. Congratulations. What does it feel like?
Oh, I literally have no words to describe this moment. We literally died with everything on the field today. We had blood, sweat and tears on that field. But we got through it, we got over the line, and I am so thrilled for the reward we deserved this year. All the hard work from management, from 1 to 39, it was unbelievable.
Because you came in as underdogs, Mairead. I'd say the whole country bar Cork had you written off.
Yeah.
But the goal, talk to me about the goal. I was never as proud when I saw you catch that ball. Tell me about it, tell me the build up. Can you remember it?
I suppose I would have been shot if I didn't get the goal. After all the training we've done on specific goals, so thank God it just went in the back of the net today. But look I'm just so delighted to be able to give back to every single person that's even showed up today. The sport has been absolutely incredible, so I'm just so delighted for every single person today.
So finally, great celebration. So where's the happening spot, Mairead?
Right into the body till we're back in Clarebridge tomorrow night!
Felinski here with the Maroon and White Pod, just literally minutes after Galway are after claiming the All-Ireland Senior Camogie title. Damien Finnerty in with the Galway senior team. How does it feel?
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Aoife. Since I joined the group at the start of the year, just their drive to get back to this day and just to right the wrong of last year has been unbelievable. They show up there every evening and it's just absolute war training. The effort that they put in is just unbelievable and they deserve every single second of this.
There's a difference in Galway this year. We use the word steeliness. Would say when the goal went in there, it was looking like what was going to happen. How do you think they reacted to the goal?
But look, they reacted exactly like we hoped they would. You see the mental toughness that's there this year. It was just heads up, next ball, get on with it, get over this disappointment as quick as you can, and let's get back down the field. We've always said inside the dressing room, we find a way, and they found a way to win that game there today, and it's a testament to the group.
And Damien, they counteracted every Cork run. Obviously the 14 players didn't help Cork, but he counteracted every run. Ciara Hickey there in the sweeping position. From start to finish, Galway looked like they weren't going to leave this behind.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been the message for the last 2 weeks. And that's not the message that's coming from us. That's coming from the girls themselves. They were determined to get back here, determined to right the wrong of last year. And they said in the dressing room before the game, they weren't leaving Croke Park today without that cup. And I'm just absolutely delighted with them.
Well, Damien, you're All-Ireland Senior Camogie champions. We'll see you for the celebrations back in Galway.
Thanks very much, Eva. Thanks a million.
We were probably guilty ourselves last year of not using our bench enough. I thought bench made a massive impact today. I think Sabina made a huge impact. Everyone on the pitch, Jenny, Ali, Emma came out with 2 great balls there for a finish. And listen, we knew we'd have to battle. We knew we'd have to run ourselves into the ground, and we did. But I suppose that's the moment there carries free. And absolutely delighted for her. She's our leader for a reason. She's captain for a reason. She's a leader, and it's moments like that we value her so much. She's an exceptional player, and it's a great win.
Cathal, hunger. The hunger I showed there from the first quarter and the last quarter.
Listen, we did a huge hurt in our camp since last year. It was just, I suppose we got most things right and put in a massive performance. And in fairness, we probably didn't take our opportunities at the finish, but you'd have to hand it to Cork there, the better team last year. We were probably never going well. We were always struggling even through the group, and I think that's something that Carrie said after the league. About the group that we really targeted the Dublin game at the start of the championship, and we just grown. And I suppose this year we have huge belief because you beat Dublin, Derry, you beat Kilkenny down in Olwen Park, you beat Waterford, you beat Tipperary by 7 or 8 points in the semi-final. You're battle hard and coming into an Ireland final, and you trust yourself, and things are right, the team is right, and that if it comes down to moments like that in a game, that we have the players that'll step up. And listen, players stepped up today. They're an unbelievable bunch. I know we won 2 All-Irelands in 19 and 21, and obviously you want to kick on and you want to win a Third of Ireland. I think a Third of Ireland means so much to this group, and we've won 3 All-Irelands now in 7 years. I think Aoife, Starry, Baelish have picking up the 4th Ireland medal. That doesn't happen around Galway. We don't see too many of them. We're like Kin's teeth, to be honest with you. And look, they're like just an exceptional bunch. We knew training was on the money for the last 8, 9, 10 weeks. It's going really well, and we just backed ourselves. We were written off completely. I don't know. The Irish Examiner yesterday, I think any Galway person reading that, or a player reading that, or a player rating, I'll tell you one thing, go back and read it. It's absolutely fucking insulting, to be honest with you. I thought it was the biggest insult ever. But that's coming out for the last 2 weeks. We were given no chance. We knew we were 3 points off in 2023. We were 3 points off for last year, and small little percentages. And we just made them up today and just won their heart. We're delighted.
Just on that, that's such a basic thing to motivate a team when you are consistent.
It is, yeah. Sure, we were given no chance at all. Listen, I know the league was, we were poor in the league final. There's no doubt about that. But listen, we probably got to the league final, to be honest with you, because other teams probably didn't do their job. We were never really going a full pelt. We won, I think, 2 or 3 of our games by just a point or 2. We probably didn't have the work done. That was down to probably ourselves, management. There was different things in the camp that just weren't in place in time. And to be honest with you, we went back late. We just needed that break after last year. It was so good. But I probably said I was stepping away in the dressing room last year after the match. But the 2 or 3 days after it, the team, you just knew there was such a good group of players there, and just a real bond, because there was no giving out, there was no people feeling sorry for themselves. It was just look at disappointing, and took it on the head as a team, and took it on the chin as a team even. And listen, there's just been an exception since we played Tipperary in the challenge match back in early June, and we've just been an exception since. And look, thank God we pulled it off today. Could have gone either way. Cork are unbelievable champions. They're an incredible team. To come in and puck up a ball and win a 3 in a row, it's hard on them today. But I have huge respect for them. I have huge respect to the management. And listen, to be down to 14 players just before half time and just give the performance they gave in the second half, they're true champions. And when their selector said to me there, we played unbelievable, but we had to play unbelievable. And that's a mark of how good there. But listen, we're just lying to ourselves. And as I said, that third Ireland it's just. I suppose I don't know. It's a copper fest, and how good we've been. 3 Irelands in 7 years is massive.
It's probably too early to process, but could that go down as one of the greatest victories in whatever you've achieved? The way you've talked about there that you were written off and so.
Probably. Listen, I suppose they're all sweet, Killeen. 19 was sweet because I suppose we did the league and they're learning double, and that's it's not even done. And I suppose we hadn't won Ireland for a while. It was my first full year in it, and it was just you're on the crest of a wave. 21, I suppose the way we won it. Siobhan's goal and Orla's 2 points, was just massive. The way we won it, and coming from 3 points down to beat Cork. But I suppose the last 3 years have been tough. We lost Kilkenny in 22. We probably had a chance in the first half and didn't take them. 23 down against Cork. We just didn't perform. Last year we performed and weren't good enough to win it. So there's an awful lot of hurt. So I suppose, winning the way we won it, it's the sweetest one, because it's an unbelievable way to win it. It's a puck of a ball, and with 5 minutes left, the game is level up, and you just have to batten down the hatches, win the balls, and listen, carries for you is just incredible, and absolutely thrilled for her.
What were you thinking when the goal?
To be honest, we're thinking, where's the puck out going to go? That's it, simple as that. And Sabina had won an awful lot of ball, and the puck out was going to go down top of Sabina Rabbitte, that's for sure. And it's just about getting at it. We talk all the time there about your reaction to big scores. We knew Cork were going to have to purple patch, they always do. We knew something was going to go wrong, and it's about reacting to that. To be honest with you, you'd love as a manager to think you have an influence in that. You don't really, because you're roaring out there and no one hears it word you say. So it's down to players, it's down to mentality, and listen, you just decide the puck goes going on top of Sabina, and it's up to the players to win it after that. Won it massive free and scored a massive free. And I suppose just mimicking out a couple of balls, there's just so many hooks, so many blocks, so many tackles, and that's what, to be honest with you, that's what defined Galway since I've been a manager anyway, and that's what defined us again today.
Your dispute with the red card, that was harsh.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm not dodging the question or anything like that. I didn't. It's tough for any player to be sent off, and Hannah is an exceptional player for them, to be honest with you. But I'm not going to comment on something. It's like the goal last year, to be honest with you. The cameras go off and you don't see it, and you know what I mean. It's tough on them. It's tough on her, and but no, I didn't see them. Sorry.
7% of the red cards. Is that one of the most difficult matches you've ever?
Yeah, I think.
Just go still a safe match.
Look, the fairness. Look, the referees have been really, really good over the last number of years for facilitating that. I think there was probably three different things in the game where people got a free for someone standing up in front of them and running. You know what I mean? And it happened in last year's Ireland final too. There was two massive calls. And that rule, and I'm saying I was a winning manager, that rule has to change. It's absolutely great. It doesn't happen. It's the worst. You know, you go to a club match in Galway and someone is holding with a ball and someone stands up in front of them and takes a hit. It's a yellow card and it's free. And that rule has to change. But like, we welcome physicality. We want physicality. Them girls are 3 nights a week in the gym. I'm sure the Cork girls are 3 nights a week in the gym as well. We want the game to play like that. And I think, you know, it's gone to a new level, Camogie, to be honest with you. The physicality out there was absolutely unbelievable. The fitness, everything. But like, that rule has to change if Camogie's going to go. It's going to go. Sorry, man. She won't stop talking.
We did a lot over the previous match.
Yeah, look, just needs good refereeing, and that's the way referees are. You always shake hands and say, look, I'm going to let go as much as I can. And in fairness, most referees are doing that. You don't want a game of freeze like we had before in the past. You know, but I do think it was an unbelievable game of Camogie. To be honest with you, you don't get a chance to enjoy it because you're running up and down the line, but like you know, there's so much going on. But like, it looked like an unbelievable game. And as I said, Cork are unbelievable champions. You know, the way they came back at us, and it took an incredible score, an incredible moment in the match for us to get over the line. But we're just thrilled.
Galway's history of ending Cork's 3-0?
I don't know. Listen, the 3-0 is a hard thing to manage. You know, like they haven't done it. Like, I suppose in 19 it was just, again, it's just you're written off going into it. You know what I mean? That's what it was for us. In 19 we weren't given a hope either down the Gaelic grounds. And again, it was a work rate. It was, I mean, I showed clips on video analysis, and I'd say Mallon has even seen in 2019, and she's only, you know, like 2019 is the benchmark for us. But like, I think I look back at this match now tonight, and I'll say this is the benchmark now. You know, we've got to that level. You have to, when you're playing Cork, it's the way to play. You know, they want to pass the ball out. If you're not hooking, blocking, chasing, you're not going to win any game. And I just thought we were heroic there today. I just thought the forwards just set the tone. I think we turned Cork over so many times. That comes down to raw hunger. And listen, you know, it's not that we want to stop the 3-0. To be honest with you, we want to win this Ireland for us. You know, and that heartbreak that was there last year, you know, we had to put that to bed. We knew we were good enough. It was a matter of delivering in the big moments, and thank God we did.
Last year, we think about stepping out. How do you feel this year?
To be honest, it's a bit too early to think about that. Listen, I'll be honest with you. For me, I know this is the biggest, best job I'll ever have. Simple as that. I'll never have a job like this again where I'm dealing with these sort of girls week in, week out, year in, year out. They're absolutely incredible. I'm training, talking to some of the best players that ever played Camogie for Galway. And that's a massive place to be. We've been in 11 finals out, possible 13 in the last 7 years. You know, we've been in Croke Park so many times. I'm living the dream, to be honest with you. But like, I have 2 young kids at home. You know, Shiva's 9 months now, Aidan is 3.5. It's, you know, on a Monday and a Wednesday, I'm leaving. I owe an awful lot to my wife Ashley. You know, she's putting 2 kids to bed, I'm going off training. You know, so listen, for me, I absolutely love this. But you know, the young family at home. So obviously there's something I have to discuss there and something I have to talk about. But like, I do, working with these is just incredible. But like, you know, family has to, you know, it is hard on the family as well. And as I said, I owe a huge amount to my wife. But it's a savage job, and I just love doing it.
What changed your mind in a couple of days after?
I don't know, was it a couple of days after, you know, but that was a big part of it, you know, maybe unfinished business, you know, simple as that. I think, you know, when we look back on it, as I said, as a management, we felt we got an awful lot right. Players they just performed unbelievable, and there's always just that regret that, you know, it just wasn't the right time to walk away, I felt. And, you know, obviously we're proved right now, but to be honest with you, at times this year, in January, February, I said, oh jeez, why the fuck did I stay going? See the language now. Especially, definitely after the league final. I mean, to be honest with you, management wise, we were there before in the league final. We were shocked. And we weren't much better than the field leader. But, you know, it wasn't a typical Galway performance, to be honest with you. And, you know, in fairness, for us, I think the best thing we did is we drew a line through it. We didn't even look back on it. We drew a line through it, and we said, we're going to concentrate on the Dublin game now and get our house right. And I think, you know, that was the thing. I think we went up to Parnell Park last year and we were poor. And then we went down to Wexford the following week and drew. And I think we just decided this year that we were going to go all out and be as good as we could be and get top the group and get to the semi-final and avoid Cork. And listen, just we felt if we get here, then we'd be good enough to beat them, and that's the way it worked out. So.
Obviously, going up and down Cork Ferry, this is something you've always dreamed of, and after last year, I was very taken by what you were saying. You felt more comfortable all through this year, just your second year in. Now that you've done it, you have, what's the feeling like? And I mean, I know it's about more than you. It's been an incredible year for you.
Yeah, it's been massive, and I'm just really delighted for the group and delighted for Cathal. They put a massive effort in, and I don't think people, and it's easy for people to have pops at management teams and the way they set teams up, but like the time and the effort that group have put into us has been massive, particularly over the last since the turn of the year, since January, and they got their just rewards today. So I'm just delighted to be part of the group. I'm very, very grateful, to be honest with you.
Where does it bring a person to get married?
Don't ask me that on TV or on the video, but yeah, it's been a mad year, to be honest with you. It's been great. So we'll enjoy this evening and ask me maybe later in the week.
What's it like out on the pitch? Because watching it felt like impossible to breathe nearly. Like it was, like they've all said it. I've never seen, I don't think, a Camogie match like it. What's it like out in the middle of it?
Yeah, it was fierce and tense, to be honest, and we kind of knew that coming into the game, that if we were going to turn Cork over, it was going to be intensity that was going to take us there. And I think we brought a massive intensity this time last year. We just didn't have the composure to see it out, to be honest. And I think the experience of last year really stood to us, particularly coming down the stretch. We managed the game a whole lot better than we did this time last year, and we're just delighted to get over the line.
Intensity, is that physicality? Is that a question? I don't want to take away from the hurling, because it sounds just maybe elaborate, I suppose, on that.
Yeah, I think. I think we really went after that, and as you say, stopping the running game at source, because if they get out, they're a fierce, dangerous side, and trying to not let them build from the back and give them a platform, particularly in that middle third, and that's kind of where they got us last year. They hit 1-3, 1-4 without reply. Just building solely from the back, and we knew that we couldn't let that happen if we're going to win this game today. And thankfully, we managed the game that little bit better, particularly in that third quarter, and seen it out.
Did it feel as physical out there as it looked for us watching?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was definitely, and I think the referee really played into that, to be honest. I think he let the game go, and I think that really contributed to a really good game. I think last year there was a few questionable decisions coming down the stretch on both sides, and I think today that Justin did a great job and let the game flow, and you got a spectacle out of it because of it.
Last one, just were you welcomed into the group with open arms? What's that like, in that dynamic going into a new group?
Yeah, massively. Like the Cathal, the management team, the players were brilliant. I think I spoke before, kind of just after the tip game, about it was probably in my own head. It was something that I never experienced in a Camogie dressing room in 10-15 years. It's something that I had to get over and step over. And I think the experience, even for myself, at 28, 29 years of age, coming into my first All-Ireland final was something that I needed to work through, and I think even the experience of last year stood to me today, and just very grateful to the group.